Hello. All right. So, hello and welcome to another episode of Between the Covers. So, if you're watching, first of all, please do say hello, tap the screen, show us some love, let us know where you're watching from. That would be amazing. As I say, this is always a very interactive show. So, if you have any questions, want to get involved, you get involved and ask those questions. So, if you're watching for the first time and you're asking, what is this show about? As I said, this show is called Between the Covers, where we get up close and personal, learning about the author journey, but finding out what goes on between the covers of creating a book. So often we'll read books and completely and utterly not even think about the whole process of how it was made. And why should we? We're just here to read. But this show is really giving you a really transparent look at the journey behind the creation of writing and publishing a book. It's also an opportunity. I also interview experts in the publishing industry where you can ask your questions and learn a little bit more. So if you're a budding author, do hit subscribe, get those notifications when I'm live. You can do that if you're watching the replay. If you're watching us via the replay, I want to see how many of you watch the replay. Please give me a hashtag replay. If you're watching live, give us a hashtag live. So if you're tuning in to me for the first time and thinking, who is this person? My name is Daniela Bleckner. I'm an author, book journey mentor, founder of a company called Conscious Dreams Publishing, and we publish books. Yes, that's what we do. So behind me on this bookshelf here are just some of the 150, there you go, on Instagram, 100 and coming up to 160 books that we've published over the last 5 to 6 years. In essence, I set this up by accident because I'm an author first and foremost. That was my passion. I started off helping people, connecting them to typesetters, editors, designers, all sorts. And I I got a little obsessed with learning about the publishing process and industry and started just helping people publish books. Set up Conscious Dreams Publishing, offering bespoke mentoring and publishing services to authors so they can get their powerful messages and stories out there. Okay, so I absolutely love what I do. I get to meet a range of so many different people from all walks of life, all over the world. And I just get to learn about their stories and to hear their messages as we go. Now, my guest has disappeared. I'm hoping that she's going to pop back in a second anyway. So I want to tell you before I introduce my lovely guest, who I'm sure is going to be coming back. I want to just give you a few announcements and let you know what has been going on in the world of Conscious Dreams Publishing, because I haven't gone live for a few weeks. So the first one is we have an event called Black Authors on the Rise, which will be taking place on the 15th of October. Yeah, which is a Saturday, 11 till 4. The first time we had it in person was 2019. We've done 2 online events because of lockdown and all of that stuff. We were locked up in our houses, but we're out and raring to go. It will feature 17 or up to 17 of our authors of African and Caribbean descent, which I prefer to say. And it's really about giving a platform for them to showcase their stories, share their messages and their voice, for people to ask questions about their author journey. So they'll be speaking, there'll be author talks, there'll be panel question and answer. We'll be running workshops with some of the authors. In 2019, we had the children's books did really well. We had lots of children involved in lots of different workshops, learning about how to publish a book, also learning about key Black figures in history. We had the authors sharing their books. It was just amazing. So I'm going to pop the link here. If you're watching on Instagram, you can book your ticket, which is free, via the link in the bio. And if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, there is the link. It's www.tinyurl.com/CDP, capital letters, Black Authors 2022. Nice and easy. And hopefully you'll get to meet our guest in person if you come down. It would be amazing. One thing I also need to let you know is a lot of this is self-funded. So as you know, it's not easy. It literally is me in my room. I'm not HarperCollins. I'm not a huge company. It's me here running all of this. So obviously I have a brilliant team of typesetters and editors and so forth. But if you would like to support us through way of stars, you can contribute via the button. If you comment, you can click the star button and we can accept contributions which will go towards the planning and marketing of the event. And that would be amazing. I also want to start doing community projects in schools, offering free talks, doing workshops with children, but I need support to do that. So that's where those stars would go towards. Also, the tickets for Black Authors on the Rise are free, but if you wanted to donate a contribution, we would gladly receive that. And again, that goes towards me being able to give my time for free to help young people with storytelling workshops, publishing books, all of that good stuff. And obviously the event, Black Authors on the Rise event. So we want to see you there. Okay. The reason I'm doing this is because I'm passionate about representation. Representation absolutely matters. Since 2020, the amount of Black authors has actually Black books that feature Black characters has dropped by 23%. So 2020 there was a huge kind of trend. Lots of publishing companies and agents were putting calls out for Black authors because of the George Floyd incident and everything else that it brought on. But for me, this is not a trend. It's not something that we talk about for a day or two and move on. This is life. This is my life. This is our life. You know, this is what we experience. And it's not just Black authors. It's to do marginalized people. So it could be we want to hear stories from those who have come here as migrants, as immigrants, which brings me on to the next opportunity. Actually, we want to see books that feature children who are visually impaired, hearing impaired. We want to hear and read books that represent society in its realist and truest form. Hey, Usha, nice to see you. Mirari, right? I was thinking about you today. Nice to see you there. So yeah, it's about representation, and it's Black History Month in October, so we're going to be highlighting our Black authors. Please do come along if you're in the UK. I'd absolutely love that, and so would our authors. Please do. The second thing that I want to bring you on to was I interviewed someone called Nick. I've got his second name, Nick Wells, a few weeks ago, and he runs a publishing company called Flame Tree Publishing. He is now looking for immigrant and migrant authors who write in the genre of sci-fi. This is a paid opportunity. I've posted about it on my Facebook and my social media. Please do keep your eye out. If you're interested in taking part, these stories are going to form part of an anthology, and again, it will be paid. So please do just DM me for more information. Okay. I have a few more announcements. I'm going to save it for another live because there's a lot that's going on. But Black authors on the rise, and the opportunity for migrant and immigrant authors who write sci-fi. They are the two things. So let's crack down to business, shall we? Who is our guest? Our guest is Adenike Jones. We have worked with her before. This is her second book, her first book. Hey, Ingrid. Ingrid's one of our authors. She's going to be there doing a poem, Let It Shine. Remind me of the title, please. I'm sure it's called Let It Shine. I think you published the same time as Nikki did back in 2017 when I was right at the beginning of my publishing journey. So her first book was called Renae's Magical Wellington Boots. Look at that beautiful illustration done by Jason Lee. And her, after a 4-year gap, this is, based on her one of her granddaughters, which we will be talking about. This is great, based on her grandson, okay? Kairo's mystical kaleidoscope. Shall we hear from Nikki? Let's bring her in. Okay. Let's hope this works this time. So again, if you're watching, please say hello, tap the screen, show us some love. If you find this of value and worth, please do share this out. Much appreciated. If you're watching via the replay, tap in #replay. So I'm inviting Nikki into the broadcast. Jay Benrose says, oh, need to mute my computer. Jay Benrose says, hello there. There are also diverse textbooks, which I'm proud to have co-authored. Yeah, brilliant. Do chuck your... Sorry, Nikki, if you just mute your computer. Thanks.
Yeah, sorry.
No worries. So Jay Benrose says there are also diverse textbooks, which I'm proud to have co-authored. Drop the link to that. That would be amazing. I know that I commented on the image that I saw. He posted, I think it was last year. So yeah, fantastic. Thank you. We need more of that in schools. All right, so we have Adenike Jones. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks everyone for joining.
Yes, brilliant. Congratulations on, well, it's coming out on the 10th of September.
Yes,
Kaleidoscope, congratulations.
Thank you.
How does it feel now being a two-time author?
Great, it feels good. Well, it felt good to be a one-time author, so to get another book out, I know it's took me a good while, longer than I anticipated, but yeah, it's a good feeling.
Amazing. And Kairo, your grandson, he's seen this book. What's his reaction been?
Kairo is here.
Kairo!
Yeah, he loves it. Do you want to pop on?
On.
Yeah, he loves it. He's chuffed that there's a book out here. This is the famous Kairo.
Hi, Kairo! Your favourite. Look at this. I can see it does look like you as well.
Yeah, it does.
How do you feel about the book, Kairo? You read it? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good book. I hope loads of people buy it.
Yeah. As well. Can you tell us a little bit about it, please?
Don't be shy. He's actually only read, I think, 3 chapters up to now.
Yeah.
He's only read 3 chapters up to now, so he doesn't. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your hobby, what you love doing and learning about.
So the book is about me, and I love space. Some of my friends make fun of me, but I can get through it because of my mum's words and what she says to me. And right now, all I read up to is I'm about to go on a trip to a secret place.
Oh, do you know what I was going to say? I was going to say, can you tell me what the secret place is? But then that's the purpose of secret. You just
not got that far.
Whisper to the camera. Where's the secret place, guys?
I think it's a museum about space.
Ooh, okay. And can you tell me what it is that you like about space?
I just like the idea of space and how big it is and the vastness.
I would love to go. If you ever be an astronaut, please take me with you. That'd be great.
Take us all.
Do you have one space fact that you could teach us?
In a couple million years, the sun will explode and all the planets will crash together.
There we go.
Would you be scared?
No.
I hope not. What's your favourite planet?
Technically, it's not a planet, but Titan.
Titan. I've got to do more reading.
I know. He's so clever. He's like.
Listen, Kairo, don't let that. Nobody can make fun of you because you are an intelligent, wonderful, amazing young man. Okay, and you have lots of information, things that I didn't even know. You make me want to go and look up and learn about space because I only know about falling Earth. And on top of that, you're in a book. Do you know any of them in a book?
Yeah.
Well, the other people have got books about them, have they?
Actually, no.
No, the other characters are one's his cousin, 2 of them are his cousins, and one's good family friend. My goddaughter, a friend to him. Yeah.
Amazing. Kairo, thank you so much. You have been fantastic to talk to. Thank you for sharing that information with me about space. And I'm going to read this book again now, I think. This is because of you.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
So clever.
Oh, wow. I've never heard of Titan. It's amazing. Nikki, tell us a little bit about your book and what inspired you to write it.
So, like I said, the first book was about my granddaughter, and then this one was Kairo inspired me on this one because of his obsession with space, all things space. And he loves reading. and I wanted him to be the lead character in this one, as my granddaughter was in the other one. But my inspiration overall is just to get children reading again. I'm not saying no children read anymore, but majority of them are on iPads and phones and things like that, and it's just, I just like to see them reading. It's very educational. That's how he's so bright. That's my inspiration, is to get them back reading, really. And the inspiration for me behind my books is to have the diversity, because I can't think of a book when I was a child. I can't think of one book that had a character that looked like me, or looks like my dad, or look like my sisters. None. So that's my ambition, is to get children of colour in books as lead characters, and recognising themselves and understanding the story, and knowing that they can be just like everybody else. It's not like a divide. That's the goal.
Amazing. I love that, and I can certainly relate to this. Growing up, I can't think of literally one character that not one. And to see all of this, I think it's really powerful for it to become normal. And they don't even question it's normal. That's great. I just want to say hello to us. We've got quite a few people on Instagram here. We've got Benita, one of our authors there, Ask for Belly Button UK Writers Forum. Oh, please do feature Nikki on your Instagram. That would be amazing. Maxie, Renae. We've got Anthony, Trey, Janine. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming back. The live streaming queen. She had one of my first mentees actually. Her book Everything from Losing His Love to Finding God's Love. We're going to be relaunching. Mavreen says, I can't believe this lady is old enough to be grandparent. I need to know the skincare regime. I mean, do you want to talk about the skincare regime?
I haven't got one. I don't have one. I don't use soap. Film my face. So it's just water.
What lovely compliment.
It's good genes.
So tell us a little bit about the process, because obviously you've got two very different books now, both obviously you went through your process in 2017 and then you had the second experience in 2022. Can you give us a bit of an insight into the differences between the two journeys? Did you feel like you had learnt more, so they were better equipped to do the second one?
Yeah. With the first one, bit of a backstory is I wrote that one and then looked for publishers, found you, thank the Lord, because you're the best. With that one, it was my ambition just to get a book out. I never really had an intention of getting it published. I just wanted to do a book and finish it. So the fact that it was published was just amazing. So that was great. Now with the second one, it's taken me 4 years. Part of that is because I was lazy. Part of it was work, home life, just interfered with things. And part of it was me being impatient. I just wanted to do it and get it out. And I don't mind saying this live on air that I rushed it, I sent it to you, and then I contacted you and I said, that's not me. I just wanted it out of there, and I knew it wasn't right. And you picked up on it like you would, because you're so brilliant. Sent it back to me with the edits, and then I put my mind to it like I should have been doing. So that's really why it's taken me so long. Mainly my own fault. I was just being lazy.
Absolutely, nothing wrong. Listen, we're not expected to churn out book after book every year. You can have a long or short gap as you want. I'm just glad. I think you made a really important point in terms of story. That I like, it can be pedantic thorough in that way sometimes. Yeah. I think it's so important not just to push a book out because it's easy, or because you've got the story and it's ready to go. And I think a lot of people they underestimate, especially when you're writing story. There's a lot that goes into it. The plot, the characters, does it all work? Does it make sense? The pace work? And they've written it and they just want it out, tomorrow or yesterday. a lot of the time, it's like, why is it not out? It's not right. So I'm just really, you were so receptive to feedback. I'm so glad that you went back and went over those edits and moved things around, because I think it's beautifully now.
Yeah, it was a bit of a not a wake up call, but it was a bit of a shake for me, what I needed, because like I said, I was a bit lapsy-daisy with it. I did have that attitude, like, get it out. So it was a bit of a shake for me to stop being stupid, sit down and get it done properly, and that's thanks to you. And once I read the edits, it was like, that's how it's supposed to sound. That's how it was in my head. So yeah, it was a mixture of all different emotions going on over the years, but it's out, it's done, it's finished, and yeah, there will be more.
That's great. And I always say everything comes out in the edit. That's why it's the first draft. Joanna's saying it's a little bit echoey on her end. Is it my voice that's echoey or Nikki's? I'm going to put my earphones in. Here's some I prepared earlier. Now, if you've got any questions, please tie the questions up as well. And then please let me know if the echo has gone on.
Sorry, that noise might be my dog. It was my.
Don't worry. I think your dog just wants a book written about him. I'm assuming it's him, so he might not
chew my headphones.
Okay, so what I would kind of get to the nitty-gritty about was the differences in terms of the two books. Obviously, you've got lots of illustrations here. This is more of a chapter book. What was the difference between the journeys?
There's a slightly different age gap, not much. The second book is slightly older children. Can be read to younger children, but readers are slightly older. And the illustrations, I didn't want it so much a picture book, or so many pictures in it like the first one. I wanted it to be sit down and read it chapter by chapter. So the illustrations are minimal inside the book. I don't think there's any actually. And so the front cover was to tell the story and to have these 4 children of colour in your face like that. I mean, Jason Lee, who does the illustrations for me, he's just amazing. I've never actually met him in person. Everything's been done over email or over the phone, and I just say to him, I need him to look like this, hair like this, and he comes back with it, and he just blows me away because they look just like I've got in my head. And for someone to do that without meeting them and writing things down and showing them, I just find it amazing. So I love his work. So he did the front cover, and I just love it. I love the fact that it's in your face, 4 black children. So it'll stand out hopefully on their little. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, big up Jason Lee. He's done quite a few of our books now. Been with us since 2000, since the beginning. I've known Jason for over 20 years. So he's fantastic. You will meet one day. Come to surprise, and hopefully you'll meet him.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Yes, come and do a workshop. I mean, I think it's a beautiful eye-catching cover. It's just
yeah. It is. It's great. It just tells the story. To me, anyway. I don't know if it's just me, but it just looks like it will grab the attention. And what are these 4 children up to in the space? I want to read that and see what they get up to. That's the plan, everyone.
That's the plan. Let us know what you think of the cover. What words spring to mind when you see it? Let us know. So, Nikki, you're going to be doing. We had a book strategy call, didn't we, a few days ago, and you're going to be doing a lot more social media promoting your book. And can you give us a bit of insight into what kinds of things people can expect if they start following you?
Yeah, so there's a plan for once the book is out. I would love to get some feedback from children that read it. And I'm going to do that live on Instagram. So children are very honest, but that's what I want. Their honest opinions. So we'll do like a reader's corner where Kairo will read a couple of chapters each week. And then the children can give us some reviews on what they think. Hopefully they'll love it. As well as that, I'm going to put out some adult reviews as well.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to get there, because there'll be a lot of parents reading to the children and things like that and how they find it. Social media, it's still a learning thing for me. My daughter will tell you.
You'll get there. You're doing well.
I'll get there. I'll get the hang of it. And I'm planning to promote the book on all platforms. With the other thing I was going to do was a Thursday, thoughtful Thursdays, we were going to call it. Because the thread in this book is really about Kairo, who's a young boy who has a passion and a dream, but he gets tormented by other kids at school because of that. So the thread in the book is that you don't give up on your dreams and you carry them through, and whatever you want to do, you can do. So that's what I really want to get across in the book. So I'm going to do Thursday thoughts with adults and children who may be experiencing bullying or things like that, and we'll talk it through and hash it out, and hopefully the book will inspire them to do follow the dreams, really.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. So we've got Trey is saying, well done, Mum, very proud of you. I just have to mention that because there are lots of fire emojis and hearts. So lots of support there.
Yeah.
Somebody just said it's better without earphones. So it's also let you know if the sound is better. So I've taken them out now. But I mean, you touched on something really important that you're going to be discussing on Thoughtful Thursdays. And I'm always really interested in people's intentions, why they do things, why they say things, why they create things. And, you know, this is an adventure book, but it's also deeper than that. So the inspiration was behind it was, and Kairo said at the beginning that, you know, kids can be so mean sometimes.
Yeah.
Picked on and bullied because just his face. I mean, I remember when I went to school, interested in all sorts, dinosaurs, books, and it was totally normal. So,
and sadly, it's the kind of the way of the world at the moment. If you're interested in something that's not social media or fashion or something, if children are interested in something other than that, they tend to be singled out, which I think is awful. So that's why I focused on this. He doesn't have a kaleidoscope in real life, but I wanted an object that he obsesses with to get the story across, because he was teased about it in the book, and just follow his dreams and his ambitions, and that's what I want all children to do, really. And I want them to do it through reading and being inspired and seeing other people that look like them get to their goals. That's the main gist of it.
That's a beautiful message. Thank you. Keep going, Kairo. If you think like me, I need to know. We need to know.
He's full of facts.
Universe. And all we know about really is the only place called Earth. So much more.
So true.
I think that's a really powerful reason for writing this and getting this out. And I hope it's something to look at and be proud of. And
I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud of it because also in the book there's a thread of his heritage. So my dad was from Nigeria, my mum's English. I wanted to bring that Nigerian thread through the book. It's just there with a hint, but it tells the story that's his background. And his granddad, my dad, he is in the book, and that's how he is in the book is how he was with his grandchildren, with the stories and listening to their stories and whatnot. So there's a thread in that book that's very meaningful to me that not necessarily other people will recognise. To me, there's a thread in there that I know has happened, is dear to me, and I just wanted his heritage in there too.
I love that. It's so important.
It's so important, again, as we said at the beginning, of representation, diversity
I did love the without giving too much away, I did love the granddad character. Really listens to him. And
Yeah.
the rare thing sometimes.
Yeah.
With young people not always getting listened to. But yeah. Brilliant.
But it's not all serious. It's a big adventure and there's fun and there's a bit of laughter, very serious points and whatnot. But yeah, there's a mixture of all of it in one pot, in one book.
You're gonna have to get the book to find out.
Yes.
I've got the link here. If you want to get a copy of the book, go to www.tinyurl.com/Nike Nike Kairo Kairo book. This will take you to an Amazon site, but honestly, if you Google it, you can find it anywhere. Okay, you don't have to necessarily get it from Amazon. That's just a quick link for you. Again, if you're based in another country, like the US, obviously go to the website that sells to your country. So brilliant. Does anyone have any questions? Please do throw them up because we have just 5 minutes left before I let the lovely Nikki go. While we're waiting for any questions, what's next for you? What's your plans?
My next plan.
Your next book. Okay.
Well, it's a series of books, so it's going to be aimed at toddlers. It will be my other 2 grandsons as the characters, and there'll be 5 or 6 books, mostly picture books, but they'll tell stories of them going on trips to the zoo. Arlo and Abel go to the zoo, go to the farm. So this one is aimed at toddlers. And then after that, you can't leave them out. After that, I've got another children's book in mind for a little bit older again. And then after that, I'm going back to where I started at the very beginning, years ago, is adult fiction.
Oh, okay, that's a journey. I will say those things, Nikki. We love working with you. We've got a couple of questions here. ATNFT says, what platforms are you selling it on? So you've got Amazon, you've got Barnes and whereabouts are you based, ATNFT? Let me know before I start kind of rattling off where they're available. And then we'll go back to your question. Rivabella Benita, who's booking on the shelf here. If you're watching on Instagram, you can't see it. There you go in the corner. If you're on Facebook, it's over there. It's a lovely yellow one in the corner. There you go. Ask your belly button. She says, gonna buy this for my son. The story sounds amazing. I want to read it myself. Congratulations, well done.
Thank you.
You two should connect because you're both children's authors, and hopefully, if you come to Black Authors on the Rise, Nikki, you'll get to meet Vanessa. Tyrese says, can you do a book about me?
Tyrese, we'll do a book. We can do one together because you can write songs and write books.
There you go. Max said we just answered her question. So ATNFT, you're based in Manchester. You can get it from Amazon. You can get it on Barnes and Noble. You can get it from the Book Depository. You can get it from Waterstones online. The book is released on the 10th of September. So it will slowly goes out to the different channels. It takes up to 15 working days for it to go into all of those channels. But it's on Amazon definitely, and it's on the Book Depository right now. If you just Google it, it will come up. Or if you know Nikki, and if you're in Manchester, you speak to Nikki, DM her, and she will send one out to you. The best way for authors to actually make money from their books is to sell directly. So if you're not far away and Nikki, you don't mind posting it out, that could be another great one to do.
They know me.
They know each other. Another way is come down to Black Authors on the Rise in London. Great. Stonebridge, even to the Harbour community, and you can find your very own copy and get it signed by Nikki. Yay! Says, good to be here, and hi Danny, nice to see you. Okay, so finally, how can we connect with you?
You can get me on Instagram at knack43, Facebook Adenike Jones, Adenike Jones. I think that's all my options. I'm not very well. LinkedIn, but I don't know. I'm not very good with LinkedIn. LinkedIn and I'll get better, and then I'll put all my platforms out once I know how to use them.
Exactly. Well, if you're watching, she's tagged into the interview anyway, so just please follow, comment, share, let people know about Kairo's new book called Kaleidoscope.
Yes, please do. Just to finish, can I just add, this book is dedicated to my dear friend who I lost a couple of years ago, Linda. So this one's for you. She was always encouraging me to finish a book. So I know she's watching over, and this is for her, and I love it, and I do miss her. And to all my family, thanks for all your support, and everyone that's out there. Buy the book, share it, spread it, tell your friends. If they haven't got children, don't listen to that excuse. They know someone who has. Just get it out there. Let's celebrate the diversity in children's books.
What beautiful tribute. Thank you so much.
Oh, Max, love you.
Thank you, Nikki. We're looking forward to a third, fourth, and sixth book. But for now, let's get this book out here, promote, market, do your thing, get your live streams going. Can't wait to see what you do next, and hopefully see you at Black Authors on the Rise. So before I say bye, before I say bye, just want to say, if you would like to publish a book, you can contact me, DM me. I'm obviously tagged. This is my post, so you can just drop me a DM. It's going to give all my details, obviously. I'll be watching on my platforms. I'm offering free 30-minute consultations to talk through your idea, give you some clarity, give you a sense of the publishing process. We can look at different routes and avenues for you. You don't have to have started. You can have an idea. You could be halfway through, or maybe you finished and thinking, what the heck do I do next? Get in contact. If you have written a book and you just have no idea how to market and promote it, don't suffer alone. Don't sit there and think, someone will just find it. Maybe one or two will, but you don't want one or two people to read your book. You want globally people to read your book. So get in touch, because I am offering book strategy courses as well. So DM me, get in contact. Look forward to connecting. See you next week.
Thank you. Bye.